Namaskar students. So in this lecture we are going to study the MATLAB software. Okay, so whatever the introductory part will be there in case of your MATLAB, we are going to study about that. So while doing my presentation, I'll explain each and every thing which you have to understand before actually going into the MATLAB software. Okay, so generally MATLAB, it stands for the matrix laboratory. So initially when MATLAB was invented, scientists or the faculties are generally use MATLAB for the matrix operation and also the mathematical calculation. But MATLAB is not only for your matrix or mathematical calculation, it generally provides a wider range of application. Okay, because it is the interpreted language. Also the scientific programming environment is available, so we can do the programming and simulation in MATLAB. If we are talking about your control system engineering or power system or electrical machines, you can build up your own program, build up your own simulation, and your analyze your whatever the research is going on. It is also a very good tool for the manipulation of the matrices. That is why initially it is used only for the matrix calculation. Also the great visualization capability, so we can visualize whatever our method. Let's say we are doing with some plots, so we can deal with 2D plots, 3D plots. Okay, so we can visualize whatever we are doing. Also the load of built-in functions, MATLAB has inbuilt library. There we can find many number of inbuilt functions, so we don't have to worry about finding let's say if I am doing with matrix, then I don't have to worry about finding the way of inverse of matrix or finding the rank of the matrix. So there are inbuilt function are already there in MATLAB, so we don't have to worry about that, and at the same time it is easy to learn and simple to use. So particularly in this lecture we are going to deal with some kind of manipulation of matrices, how we can do that, and environment of the MATLAB. Okay, and later lecture we are going to understand the more about the simulation and programming. So whenever you open your MATLAB, you will have such kind of environment where this part is known as a command window. So whatever the calculation you are doing here, it will show the result ultimately. Okay, so generally we can say it is behaving like a calculator. If I want to just do 2 plus 3, it will directly give me the answer 5. Okay, so this is nothing but the command window. Here you can see it is the workspace, or we can see the current directory. Workspace is generally used to store the variable. Now what are the variables, we're going to understand, but this is workspace and this is command history. So whatever the command we have executed in command window will be here in command history. Okay, so this will be your MATLAB desktop. So one task is for you, explore the MATLAB desktop and try to find where is the command window, where is the workspace and command history. Okay, because whenever this updated version, in that case this default look of your environment will be different in every version. Okay, it might look similar, only this workspace will be right here or the command window right here, but these three things will be there in your MATLAB desktop. Now you have to understand what is the variable, because whatever we are dealing with here in command window, every digit is correlated with some variable. Let's say I have given one example that 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So we are adding two variables, one is having a value 2, another is having a value 3, and the answer is 5. So now we are dealing with three variable, one is 2, that is, let's say A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. In that case we are getting the answer C is equal to 5. So we are having three variables, so we don't have to declare the type of the variable, or we can say what are the types. So it is float or in character, so that we are doing in C language. Okay, we have to declare the type of the variable, but we don't have to worry about the type of the variable in MATLAB. Also we don't even have to initialize. So whenever if you are familiar with C language, you have to initialize each and every variable, but in that case of MATLAB you don't have to do that. Okay, so you just use any variable. So just assign in a command window. Let's say whenever you are writing something in a command window, here you can see one icon is there, and this icon is nothing but it is generally known as a MATLAB prompt. Okay, whenever you want to just come in the next line. You have to just click enter and this prompt will be there only. So let's say just take an example where we have written that a is equal to 12 semicolon percentage variable a is assigned 12. Now what is each and everything in case of your command window? So a is nothing but our variable. Okay, we are just giving the value of a is equal to 12. It means now we have one variable that is having the value 12. Okay, so we have assigned one operator and we have used operator that is equal to. Okay, we can use operator greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. Okay, here we have used a is equal to 12. Now semicolon is there. Semicolon is used to suppress the command input. Okay, it means whenever we are writing some, let's say I am writing a MATLAB program and I want to suppress the output, in that case I have to put semicolon at the end of your row. So when you press enter, your command window will not show you the output. We'll understand this, but up till now you just have to remember, whenever we use semicolon it will suppress the command output. Okay, and you put your percentage sign, and whatever you write after your percentage sign will consider as a comment. Okay, so this much of part is not going to be, okay, this much of part is not a part of your program, but we are just telling that we have assigned the variable a is 12. Okay, we'll come to that point also, but you have to understand that whenever we use the percentage sign, it will be our command line. Okay, this much of part is not going to be executed. Now view variable contents by simply typing the variable name at the command prompt. Now let's say we have not put this semicolon. In that case we will come to have this kind of your output a is equal to 10. Okay, now we want to find a multiplied by 2, so you just put a multiplied by 2, you will get the answer 24. Now your value of a is 12. Okay, and here your value a is 24. So whatever the value of your variable is going to store in a workspace, I hope you remember this. So here the value of a will be stored in this workspace. Okay, there will be some name of your variable here, a, size of your variable, it can be a scalar, it can be a vector. Okay, whatever the bytes is there, class is there. Okay, all this information is going to be stored in your workspace. So this is, you can do whatever you want to do with your variable. If you find a square, or if you want to find the other mathematical calculation, it's up to you, it's up to your applications. Okay, now what is workspace? So the workspace is MATLAB's memory. We can say it is the memory of your MATLAB. So whatever the variable you are using, b, a, c, will be stored in your workspace. Okay, so here one example is there, b is equal to 10, and if you click the enter, in that case you will not get the value of b, something like this. Okay, you are not going to get that because you have suppressed the output by putting the semicolon. Here there is no semicolon. So c is equal to, let's say it is a plus b. We know a is nothing but 12 because already we have defined the value of a. So 12 plus 10 will be 22. So MATLAB will give you the answer. Okay, this is one easy example of just adding two numbers. You can do matrix multiplication, the inverse of matrix, or the eigenvalue of the matrix. Okay, sine, cos, and okay, any trigonometric quantities you can easily find using your command window. Again, workspace will display the content of your workspace, and generally the command which is used to directly find out the variable that is going to be used in your whatever, if you are writing in a script, then, or we can say the MATLAB program, then you have to write a whos command. Okay, a whos command will give you the list, this much of variables are going to used, the size of the your variable, and your byte and class. Okay, so in previous example we are using a, b, and c. That is why if you just type whos in your command window, you will get this a, b, and c and its value. Okay, also the delete variable from the workspace, we are using clear ab. So what will this command do? It will clear your a and b variable from the workspace. Okay, if you write clear all, then it will delete all the variable from the workspace. Okay, so up till now we have discussed two functions, that is whos and clear all. Generally we are using clear all only because we are not stored too many variables, so we are going to delete all the variables. If it is your application to just delete some of the variables from your program, in that case you can use clear particular variable. Okay, also you can easily find the function of any function, then in that case you have to type help. Okay, in command window if you type help, then numerous amount of help will be there in case of MATLAB. If you want to particularly find the help of particular function, let's say I don't know what is the function of whos, then type help space whos will going to give you the function of this whos function. Okay, so it will display the documentation for the function whos. Same way you can use help or helpdex, both are the same thing. You can find your relevant function in your help dictionary. So let's say we are interested to deal with some matrices. Let's say this is our matrix 3 2 1 5 1 0 2 1 7. Okay, this is my matrix A. Now I want to just insert this matrix into MATLAB. So how can I do that? So we don't have to initialize the type or the dimension that my matrix is 3 cross 3 type. Okay, we don't have to do that. Just type A is equal to, whenever you writing matrix in your command window or in MATLAB, just start, you don't have to put this matrix sign over there. Okay, you don't have to put your brackets. Just start 3, the first component, we are writing the first row, then we'll write the second row and third row. So let us start with this first component. Okay, so we will write 3. For the second component I have to put a space in between this. Okay, 3 then 2 then again space 1. Whenever we are going in a second row we have to put a semicolon. Okay, then MATLAB will consider that we are going in a next row. Then again 5 space 1 space 0. In place of space you can also use colon. Okay, you can use either space or colon, it's up to you. So 3 colon 2 colon 1 semicolon 5 colon 1 colon 0. Okay, comma, I'm sorry, you can use comma, not colon. Colon will be right like this, and we are going to use colon 2. So again semicolon 2 space 1 space 7. Okay, and just enter. In that case you will get this kind of matrix. So one thing you have to remember is, if you want to go in a same row, use space or comma. In the next row you have to use semicolon. That is enough. Now how we can manipulate the matrices? So let's say we are having this matrix right here, and we want to find that the element which is in first row and second column. Okay, the first will be your row element. So if I write this, the m is your number of rows and n is your number of column. So I am writing that a 1 comma 2, it means the first row and second column. So first row and second column, it will be your number 2. So answer will be 2. Still I am writing in the command window, that is why this prompt icon is here. Okay, whenever this icon is here, it means I am writing in a command window. So you have to remember the matrix, whatever the matrix here, the matrix is A, that is why A insert into the bracket row comma column. Now naming the convention matrix variable starts with a capital letter, while vector or the scalar variable start with a simple letter. Okay, now let us understand one operator that we are going to use, that is colon. Okay, this is very much important as far as your MATLAB operation or whenever you are dealing with the vectors. Okay, so let's say this operator is nothing but a to operator, and we want to write the variable from 1 to 10, and there is very tedious process whenever we are dealing with hundreds of the variables. So in that case what we can do, we can write 1 colon 10, and you just enter, you will get the value of 1 2 3 4 5 up to 10. Okay, so in that way we don't have to write 1 2 3 up to 10. Let's say my matrix is having some 100 values from 1 to 100. Okay, so I don't have to write a raw matrix that 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space up to 100. So I can write 1 colon 100, it will give me a matrix of 1 to 100. So this is very much important operator. Also the second use of this operator is let's say 1 colon 2 colon 10. It means I want the number from 1 to 10, but having the gap between two numbers should be 2. So it means now this command, if I just enter this, the answer will be 1 3 5 7 9, because it will take all the alternate number. So it will skip 2, it will take 3, it will skip 4, take 5, 6 will be skipped, 7, 8 will be skipped, 9. Okay, so in that way you can write it. So now for your practice I am giving you one example. So you just try this, because the value of x is nothing but 0 to 2 pi, but the space between two variables will be pi by 12. Okay, so you can just find out the value of x and just put the value of x into this, you will get the different value of y. Okay, so this is example for you. You have to try this. First try in your notebook, and then we will apply this in your MATLAB. Okay. Another example or another application of this operator is, let's say we are having the same matrix and we want to find this, because sometimes it is very important to deal with a part of a matrix, not the entire matrix. So in that case we have to use these kind of terms. Let's say I am only interested in this term. In that case I can use A12. Okay, now let's say I am interested in only these two terms. So how we can just call it out these two variables from the entire matrix? So I have to use this kind of operators. Okay, so these are very much important when we want to find out some portion of your matrix from the entire matrix. Here we have just small matrix of 3 cross 3. Let's say when we are having the matrix of 50 cross 50. Okay, in that case we don't know what are the elements of your matrices. Okay, so let's say when we use this operator as a into the bracket 3 2 colon 3. So what does it mean? So always your first component is your row and the second component is your column. So it means we want third row. Okay, whatever we have written we want it. So it means from matrix A we want third row, it means this row, and we want the element 2 2 3. Okay, from your column we want element 2 2 3. So this we want this column, this row, and from this row we want element 2 and 3. It means 1 and 7 only. Okay, so this is your answer. Now let's say another example, A into the bracket colon comma 2. So whenever we write colon in a matrix, it means we want the entire row or column. If it is here, in that case we want entire row. If it will be in the here in place of 2, in that case we will have the entire column. So it means that we want entire row but only second column. So we want entire row, means all 3 rows, but we want to have only second column. Then second column is nothing but your 2 1 1. That is your answer. Okay, so I hope you understand. If you want some part of your matrix, how you can call it out. Okay, now this is one question for you. What will happen if you type A colon colon? Okay, so this is for you, for your exercise. So how we can manipulate it with the matrices? Let's say we are having one matrix A, one matrix B, and we are going to just do this kind of stuff. That is nothing but A transpose. So in MATLAB, if you want to find the transpose of your matrix, you have to do A dash. If you want to multiply both these matrix A and B, this B multiply by A and B multiply by A. Okay, here what is the difference between this multiplication and this multiplication? Because this multiplication is matrix multiplication and it is different, but here it is the element by element multiplication. So whenever we are using a dot in between two variables, it means we are doing element wise operation. An element wise operation is nothing but we are multiplying 3 multiplied by 1, 2 multiplied by 3, that is element wise operation. Okay, so this dot operator is used for your element wise operation. All these things will be important, so keep this in your mind. When we are doing element wise operation, we have to use this dot operator. For division, we generally use B divided by A. For element wise division, B dot A. Same, to join two matrix horizontally, B into A, and we know that whenever we just put semicolon, it will go into the next row. Okay, that is why it is vertically joined to matrix. So here your task is to enter the matrix B into the MATLAB workspace, and also the create matrices A and B, and try out the matrix operation in this slide. So okay, all these operations we have to do. I will share this presentation so you can easily find this. Now what is MATLAB script we are going to understand in next session, because it will be so much information that you have got, but we don't have just yet done any kind of exercise. So this script part will understand in next lecture, but let me just check if I just forgot anything that you need to understand right now. So let me just, this will be your operation where we will use this while, switch, for loop, all this. Okay, you can plot whatever you want to plot. So the same thing we have done, 0 to 8 pi, sorry, with space of pi divided by 12, and this value of t will be considering as a y cos of t, and you get this much of graph. Okay, this plot command also we are going to understand. This plot is used to plot the value of your y and t. Okay, plot the value of y with respect to t, and this argument will be explained. I will explain this. Okay, the B stands for the color blue, and this dot and dash, it stands for your how your line would be. If it is a dotted line, in that case we will try to draw dotted right here. If it is a straight line, in that case we can use straight, but here we are putting a point and a dash, that is why this line you can see is like a dot and dash. Also we can do image processing, but that we are going to understand later. These are some of the operators, less than, greater than, minimum, maximum, but don't worry about this, I am just showing you. So let us try some of the exercise to find out, let's say, a matrix manipulation, how we can do the matrix manipulation in your MATLAB command window, or we can do with the script too, but we'll understand this part in next lecture. Okay, so let's start the exercise.